guys, welcome back to Carport Autos. It'll be Happy New Year now. I'm not doing this video in New Year, it's actually Boxing Day. A bit sad, yeah, I know. While I've got a bit of free time, I'm gonna do a little bit on this. Dave's on his way down in a bit, sad we both are really, because we've got the white Fiat 500, which is that one. We've got a bit, we had the alternator repaired on that one, if you remember. The bearings had gone, making a god awful noise. Anyway, we put that back on and it's not charging battery, so something's a bit missed there. So spoke to the guy who did it. He's basically said bring it back, I'll have a look at it. So he's coming down today, he's going to whip that off, because the place he took it to is in Sheffield, where he lives. So we'll yeah, he's going to do that, and I might see if I can get front bumper off of this one. So let me spin you around quickly. Yeah, if you remember, obviously I just need to have a look how bad this is. So it's, I mean, if you remember, well, we've done it on other ones. It's 4 on top, 3 on bottom, 1 either side, and then there's a coupling wheel arch, that attached wheel arch to it, wheel arch liner should I say, to it, and then we can whip that off. So I'm gonna have a go at that, and like I say, Dave's gonna take alternator off that one. Crack on. Right, front bumper is off, and what you can see, I don't know if you can see down here, but this leg, it's actually straight. What you've got is this bit, it's obviously bent over the top, so it's not going to be as bad to push that back out. Now, we've had to cut the bumper off either side because that bolt is just flailing around, and that bolt on that side is basically just stuck. Going to take headlight out next, but what we've done is we've saved some bits off the front bumper. So we've got the whiskers and the badge, which we've got off. The DRL's off. Now the DRL, all the tabs for them that broke off are still there. So what I might do as a first pass is plastic weld these back up, see how that holds, because there's nothing wrong with the DRL apart from that. So try and save a bit of money on that. But as you can see, crash bar, or both crash bars have gone. Front panel is obviously gone here, and headlight. Now this wing, we're going to try and save this wing because it's literally just this bit here. So we can tap that down, we can tap that back, and then we can try and knock this back out. Now obviously it will require paint once you've done said tapping, but like I've said with the white one, I mean, we got lucky because we got a pattern wing for 20 quid, but we had to paint it. Now this one, if you want one in colour, you're looking at 150 quid for a wing these days now. I mean, front bumper alone that we've looked at is 250 quid. So yeah, let's crack on, see how we get. Right, so we've got the crash bars off. Where did you put them? They're here. So as you can see, bottom one is obviously kinked in the middle. This one, you could probably save it because it's literally just that bit, but obviously it will have been stretched, so we'll just get new ones of them. Panel itself, obviously, is almost off. We've just got these 2 bolts and hoses that are holding it in place, but we've got to keep the radiators in place because it's got aircon. Don't know how much is aircon gases in it, but obviously you don't want that escaping into atmosphere or get shot. And then obviously this wing, that's about 10-15 minutes of messing about with it, and yeah, I think we might save that. Obviously there's a bit more work here, Just a tiny bit of work here. It wants just knocking from underside here, but this is now straight. That's almost complete. Just a teensy bit there that wants knocking out, but we've got majority, and there's just a tiny bit there that just wants knocking out. But yeah, we'll get obviously hammer kit once we've got everything off. We need to do a bit of dolly work on it, and we'll get that prep for some filler and paint. But yeah, all going along quite well. Right, so a couple of days later, we've got a replacement front panel, but as you can see, that's the side that's not being touched, and the leg and everything is fine. And if you look here, the leg and everything is fine. It's just the top of this that's bent over, so we're going to bend that back. Then obviously we'll test fit the crash bar, make sure it's flat and flush, and yeah, put front end back on. Now we've took rears, we've left rads on for the simple fact that the replacement one is just the because that's the old one, but the replacement one is just the panel, so put it back in as is. Radiators, good fun going after. Let's crack on. And as if by magic, it's back, and it's straight. We test fitted crash bar. Crash bar's fine, it's all straight, so done. Let's crack on. And as if by magic, got a front panel back on. What we've had to do, we've had to swap these bits out because the panel we got off was off a diesel. And what are they kicking about? No, the holders, these holders here, they sit out a lot further than what they do on a standard petrol one. So we've had to drill the pop rivets out. Yeah, if you see, that one comes over, whereas that one sits inside. So we have to swap them over. So we've had to drill them out. Downside is we haven't got pop rivets big enough to put them back in. So we've ordered some of them. Put the front panels back on. Just took the bottle off because we had to get to smacking that back out. But I think if you'll see, everything's all good and dusted. I'll just drop the bonnet so you can see. If you remember before, the bonnet wouldn't latch, but it now latches. So we've got a front end face on it. The slight downside is the gap on this side. Now I know we said we were going to try and save this wing, and we're still going to try, but there is an actual swage line that goes all the way down here, and obviously when you get to end it's all battered and bruised, so I have a feeling we may have to get another wing, but we'll cross that bridge. Because if you look at gap on this side, it's nice and even, it's quite close, but then obviously when you get around to this side it's a little bit further apart. So I think what we'll do is we'll have a play, see how we do, and yeah, take it from there. Just got to find a bumper now, got a headlight for it, and we got quite a deal on front end. We got the front panel, both crash bars and a headlight for 100 quid, which is a bargain. So the only downside with the headlight is the tab that attaches to the bottom one here is broken, so we're just going to get a tab repair kit and replace that. And then we've got a sorted headlight, and then obviously just the DRL to sort out. But we're losing light now, and we're both cold. We've had enough, so we're just gonna end it here for a minute, and we'll crack on in a bit. Right, guys, you just seen us obviously fit the front panel. Called it a day after that bit because it were getting dark, cold and wet, pretty much like it is today. It's absolutely caking it down. So all I've done today is I've just replaced the washer bottle, put the wires back into place for the aircon, etc., and the horn. I've just dropped this headlight in, but I've been running it just to test everything, and appears we have a coolant leak from somewhere. Now, if you look there, look there, it looks like it's dripping from somewhere around here, and there is evidence of a coolant leak prior to us taking it over. So we will have to investigate that. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but you can clearly see there is a wet patch around there. So we'll have to investigate that. And obviously what we'll do is, I've cleaned front panel up a little bit. Like I said last time, we've just got these here. I just need pop riveting back on when we've got some pop rivets. We've ordered some. Bonnet closer's fine. So yeah, we've just got to investigate obviously the gap on this side, do a little bit more work on this wing, but we'll do that in the next video when we hopefully we'll have a bumper for this. Then we can test fit the bumper, see how everything fits, how all shut lines look, yeah, and take it from there. So yeah, we're going to end this one here. Thanks for following us this past year. I know this is the first, well, might be the second video of 2024, but I won't have said it in the previous one. But thanks for following us this past year. A lot of changes, but yeah, thanks for your support, and thanks for those that are subscribing. We're almost at 500. And I keep saying it ain't a lot to some people, but to us it is a lot. So please keep smashing that subscription, keep smashing that like button, give us a thumbs up. Helps with the algorithm with YouTube pushing us videos, etc. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one when hopefully we'll be cracking on with this one. So see you soon.